Welcome to Listening and Speaking 3. My name is Nguyễn Bích Ngọc. I'm a university lecturer, graduated from Macquarie University, Sydney, Australia. It is my pleasure to be your guide and your teacher in this course. So, in this course, we are going to practice our listening and speaking skills within the 4 topics. First, staying healthy, energy and our planet, in the brain, and entrepreneur and businesses. We are going to pinpoint some structures and ways of speaking in English, as well as practice listening for main ideas, as well as listening for details. We are going to practice our pronunciation, intonation while speaking to make ourselves easier to understand. Now, let's start with Unit 1, Staying Healthy in Modern World. Staying healthy is very important because, as many people say, without health, you will have nothing. There are actually many ways to stay healthy. So first, let's do this activity. Match the activities with the photos. Regarding this topic, here are some questions to start our conversation. What are some other activities that can help you stay healthy? What do you do every day to stay healthy? And what are some activities that can cause health problems to you? So, answer these questions, post it on the forums, and share with other people. In this lesson, we're going to practice listening, first for the main ideas, then for the details. With speaking, we're going to identify the parts in a presentation, predicting the content in a talk, and organizing ideas for our presentation. Let's start with our listening part. We are going to start with the building vocabulary. Let me ask you a question. Which area in the world do people live the longest? So, what do you think? Well, as many people may know, Japanese people live for a really long time. But besides from Japanese, there are other cities in the world as well. Look on the slide, you'll see there are 5 cities where people recorded to live the longest. How can people live that long? Listen and read this text. While you're reading and listening, notice the words in blue because those are the words related to this topic.
The secret to a long life. What's the secret to a long, healthy life? It begins with genes, but also depends on good habits. Experts studied groups of people living in places where many people live to be 100 years old, including Sardinia, Italy, and Okinawa, Japan. People in these places suffer from fewer diseases and are more likely to live to be 100 than people in other parts of the world. Sardinia. In Sardinia, many people, especially men, live longer than in other parts of the world. In general, women live longer than men. In fact, in the United States, there are 4 times as many 100-year-old women as men. However, in Sardinia, an equal number of men and women live to be 100. One of the reasons may be that men have a stress-free life there. The men typically work in the hills, which provides daily exercise and helps keep them strong. The women look after the house and money. I do the work, says Tonino, a native Sardinian. My wife does the worrying. Okinawa. In Okinawa, people have very low rates of cancer and heart disease compared to Americans. One of the reasons for this is ikigai, a Japanese word that translates to reason for living. Ikigai may help prevent stress, which can cause high blood pressure. Okinawans also eat a healthy, low-calorie diet that consists of a lot of fresh vegetables. A full plate of Okinawan vegetables, tofu, and a little fish or meat has fewer calories than a small hamburger, says Makoto Suzuki of the Okinawa Centenarian Study, and it will have many more healthy nutrients.
Fill in the blank with a suitable word. Now, tick on the box that are suitable for you. How many boxes did you tick on yes? Well, the more boxes you tick on yes, the more likely it is for you to live until 100 years old. We are going to practice a little bit about their listening skills with the S and ES endings. Read and listen to these sentences. Notice the S and ES word endings.
1. Frank exercises every day. He plays sports and lifts weights.
2. There are 16 doctors and 37 nurses at the hospital.
'So in English, there are many cases that we will have to listen to the S or ES endings in plural words. So how can we know whether there's an S or ES endings there? Trong tiếng Anh, âm S và ES được phát âm là S hoặc Z. Đây là những âm sát thường có tiếng rất nhỏ. Vì vậy chúng ta cần phải rất để ý thì mới có thể phát hiện ra những âm này. Tuy nhiên thì chúng ta cũng có thể xác định xem một từ có đuôi S hay ES hay không trong khi nghe bằng những cách sau. Đầu tiên, những từ xuất hiện thêm âm tiết. Ở trong tiếng Anh, những từ mà có đuôi S, Sh, J, Ch, Z thông thường sẽ được thêm một âm tiết nữa khi chúng được viết dưới thể số nhiều. For example, we have bus to buses, surprise to surprises, and exercise to exercises. Vì vậy khi chúng ta nghe được thêm một âm tiết của những từ này thì chúng ta sẽ biết rằng từ đó có dạng số nhiều, thêm S hoặc ES. Chúng ta cũng có thể dựa vào ngữ pháp của câu để xác định xem có S hay ES hay không. Ví dụ như là This animal has many legs. Chúng ta có từ many ở trong câu đó. Vậy chúng ta biết là leg ở đây phải là số nhiều. Legs. This animal has many legs. Một ví dụ khác. There are buses in front of the school. There are buses in front of the school. Ngoài từ buses, từ một âm tiết biến thành hai âm tiết, chúng ta có thể để ý đến từ there are. Are là để chỉ số nhiều. Vì vậy chúng ta có thể biết rằng danh từ ở đây cần phải thêm S hoặc cái ES. Let's do some practice. Listen and fill in the blanks with the correct words. Notice the S or ES endings. Now let's listen to the lecture of today. You're going to hear a talk about preventing heart disease. Before we listen, let's try to predict what will be in the talk. I have here several topics. So, what do you think? What will appear in the talk? We have blood pressure, diet, education, exercise, music, stress. So, try to predict what will appear in the talk. Khi chúng ta bắt đầu nghe một bài nghe nào đó thì chúng ta cần phải có những dự đoán trước ngay từ khi chúng ta nghe chủ đề của bài nghe. Một khi chúng ta đã có thể dự đoán được trước một số những cái thành phần của bài thì chúng ta sẽ có thể nghe được tốt hơn, rõ hơn. Now let's start listening. Listen to the talk and choose the correct answer. After you have listened to the main ideas, try to catch these details. Read the questions, try to answer them. Here are some challenging words that appear in the text. So, can you find these words? Match them with the suitable images. Let's move on with the speaking part. In this part, we are going to explore some everyday English. Then, we are going to talk about how to build a presentation. In English, as like in any other languages, we have to talk about frequency. Frequency ở đây nói đến tần suất của một hành động. There are several words here that I have presented to you that you can make use of when you talk. For example, we have once, twice, 3 times. Những từ này là để nói về số lần mình thực hiện một hành động ở trong một khoảng thời gian. For example, once a week, một tuần một lần. Once a day, twice a day, 3 times a month. Let's listen to these examples. I exercise 3 times a week. Tôi tập luyện 3 lần một tuần. She takes vitamins once a day. Cô ấy uống vitamin một lần một ngày. Anita visits her grandparents in Chile twice a year. Anita thăm ông bà của cô ấy ở Chile 2 lần một năm. So those are the words to explain the frequency within a time. We can also use words like every or each to talk about frequency. Every and each has a sibling. Every có nghĩa là mỗi. Every và each có nghĩa ngang nhau. For example, every hour, mỗi giờ. Every day, mỗi ngày. Every Monday, mỗi thứ hai. Listen to these examples. Laura plays tennis every Saturday. Laura chơi tennis mỗi thứ bảy. I go to the dentist every 6 months. Tôi đến nha sĩ cứ 6 tháng một lần. So, we try to explain it in Vietnamese in the easier way to understand. Finally, Angela goes to gym every day. Angela đến phòng tập mỗi ngày. Try to make use of these expressions of frequency when you talk. Let's practice with a conversation. I'll read it out loud first, then we're going to do 2 rounds. Round 1, I will play A, I will be A, you will be B. I read the question, then you read the answer. Round 2, I'll play B, and you play A. You read the question first, then I read the answer. Okay? Now I'm going to start by reading the whole thing first. What do you do to stay fit? Not much. I like kayaking. Really, how often do you go kayaking? Only about once a week in the summer. Do you plan to do anything else to stay healthy? Maybe from next week, I'll try to walk to work every day. Okay, now let's start with round 1. I'll be A, you be B. A, what do you do to stay fit? Really? How often do you go kayaking? Do you plan to do anything else to stay healthy? Okay, very good. Now let's start with round 2. You'll be the one who asks. You'll be A and I'll be B. Okay? Let's start. A. Not much, but I like kayaking. Only about once a week in the summer. Maybe from next week I'll try to walk to work every day. Very good. This is another conversation you will practice with the native speaker. Click on the link, watch the video, and practice.
Hello everyone, I'm Steven, your online English teacher, and in today's video, we'll be doing a conversation called Staying Healthy. For the full lesson, please go to EnglishDreams.com. I also have a link down in the description area below. This is a medium or intermediate level conversation. The first time we do this, I will be doing the completed conversation, and I will read parts A and part B and read through the entire conversation. You can practice your English by simply listening and repeating the words that I say. The second time we do this, we will be doing the creative conversation, and for that, I will be A and you will be B, and we will go back and forth. Okay, so let's start with the completed conversation of staying healthy. Okay, James, my name is Steven, and I will be your fitness coach while you work here at the Happy Cookie Company. Okay, Steven, do I have to have a fitness coach when I work here? Yes, this is the new company policy. Everyone has to have a fitness coach. There are too many workers wasting their lives by playing video games, watching TV, eating junk food, and using social media. Workers need to get healthy again. I see. Well, Steven, what do I have to do? Thank you for asking. Okay, the first thing you need to do is start exercising. Like what kind of exercises? First, I need you to do 100 push-ups right now. Go. Okay. That was terrible. Okay, next I need you to do 50 sit-ups right now. Go. Okay. Whew. My goodness, I'm so tired. Can I stop now? Okay, you have to do these exercises every day. And starting today, I need you to change your diet. What is a diet? A diet is the food and drink that you consume every day, okay? Okay, so you want me to change my daily activities and the foods that I eat? Yes, starting today, you cannot eat bread, sugar, or fried foods, okay? You can only eat raw vegetables and naturally delicious beef jerky. What? No more bread? You want me to eat beef jerky? This is crazy. James, to be healthy, you must exercise and eat a good diet every day. So listen to me. Yes, sir. Okay, so that's the end of the completed conversation. Let's move on to the creative conversation, and this is where it gets really interesting. So for this, I will be A and you will be B. Call me Steven and you will be friend. Now I will go ahead and read out loud my part, and when I'm finished, I will give you about 5 seconds to complete your part. Now, because this is video, I don't know when you start and stop, so I might speak too fast or too slow. For a more natural conversation, please try this with a friend after the video is over. Okay, so let's do the creative conversation for staying healthy. Okay, friend, my name is Steven, and I will be your fitness coach while you work here at the Happy Cookie Company. Yes, this is the new company policy. Everyone has to have a fitness coach. There are too many workers wasting their lives playing video games, watching TV, eating junk food, and using social media. Workers need to get healthy again. Thank you for asking. Okay, the first thing you need to do is start exercising. First, I need you to do 200 push-ups right now. Go. That was okay. Okay, next I need you to do 100 sit-ups right now. Go. Okay, you can stop. You have to do these exercises every day, and starting today, I need you to change your diet. A diet is the food and drink you consume every day, okay? Yes, starting today, you cannot eat potato chips, candy, and chocolate ice cream, okay? You can only eat raw carrots and drink water. Friend, to be healthy, you must exercise and eat a good diet. So listen to me. Okay, and that's the end of the creative conversation. Go ahead now and try to find someone to practice this conversation with. So go to the website and take turns. Maybe the first time you can be A and your partner will be B. Finish the conversation one time and then switch roles. Then you be B and they are A. So go find a family member, a coworker, a classmate, and really try to have a good time with this conversation. Now, to make it more enjoyable, go ahead and try to be creative and funny in your answers and responses. And if you're having difficulty, you can always go back to the completed conversation and practice that a few times until you feel comfortable enough to come back to the creative conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Please go to EnglishStreams.com for more lessons and resources. And you can help me out by subscribing and sharing this video with other people. As always, continue to learn English and use it every day. I will see you next time.
Now let's talk about presentation skills. We're going to talk about giving a presentation on health and exercise habits. First, let's do some self-reflection. It means thinking back about yourself. Answer this question with information about your own habits. There are 4 questions here. Number 1, what do you do every day to stay healthy? Number 2, which kinds of exercise do you do? Number 3, how often do you do them? And number 4, how do you plan to stay healthy in the future? So, you can pause the video and try to answer these questions. You may write them down or speak them out. Now, how can you make a presentation out of the information that you had just written down or thought it out? So, this is the suggestion on how you can build a presentation about your health and exercise habits. You should start with an introduction, be about your name, what you usually do, what's your job. Then you'll talk about your personal health and exercise habits. After that, you should talk about your plans for the future, whether you want to do more exercises or eat more healthy. Finally, you should end your presentation by saying thank you to your audience for listening. Let's come to an example. This is an example of a presentation that a student made. So, read and listen to this example. Can you fill in the blank with suitable information? Now, can you practice reading out loud this example? Read them out loud. As you get familiar with the language of delivering a presentation about health and habit, you should build your own presentation now. Use this structure to build your own presentation about your health and exercise habits. You should start with, hello, my name is something something. I'm going to talk about something. Then you add information about your personal health and habits. To stay healthy, sometimes then your plans for the future. In the future, I want to, or I plan to. And finally, a thank you. Thank you very much for listening. Try to build your own presentation. Record it and post it on the forum. Okay, in this lesson, we have learned vocabulary about health. You can find more of these vocabularies in this link. We have learned about the S and ES endings, how to notice them in the listening. We have listened to a talk about preventing heart disease, and we have tried to practice a presentation about personal health and exercise habits. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson today. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you in the next lesson.